This is QTV News. I am Marietu Sidibe and thanks for joining us. Coming up, a gas explosion on Sunday evening at the factory in Kanifing has left at least 6 warehouses and a car garage burnt to ashes. The President of the Republic, His Excellency Adama Barrow, visited the scene of the gas explosion to show solidarity and sympathized with the fire victims. 2 witnesses who both served as protocol officers to ex-President Jammeh testified at the TRRC on Monday. The 2 were testifying in relation to allegations of sexual abuse against women by the former President Jammeh. A 2-day forum on artificial intelligence for health is underway at the Medical Research Council. For more on these and other stories, stay tuned. A gas explosion on Sunday evening at the factory in Kanifing has left at least 6 warehouses and a car garage burnt to ashes. The explosion was allegedly caused by gas leaking from a loaded truck. Babukar C has the rest of that story.
The cause of the explosion cannot be ascertained, but eyewitnesses say a truck loaded with gas was leaking. The truck from Senegal was destined for Hadim Gas Company, a gas refining company that has been operating in the Gambia for almost a decade. According to locals, the fire and rescue services responded quickly, but due to the ferocity of the inferno, reinforcements were brought in from Bakau, Kotu, Banjul and the Banjul International Airport. It took the fire service more than 8 hours to contain the fire. The victims include Gambians, Indians and Lebanese, whose warehouses, notably Sophie Milk and Jammeh Furniture, were destroyed. A mechanic garage with more than 50 vehicles and an oil paint store were also engulfed by the inferno. One of the owners of Jammeh Furniture, Yusuf, says he thanked God that no life was lost.
Barina moy si bagage rek bariwut rek moy nit gañut alhamdulillah mom kay amount bi mom kay barina trop upon 10-15 million sa upon ako.
He described the incident as shocking and a huge loss. He added that the amount of furniture in the 2 warehouses that perished is estimated at more than $10 million. The anti-crime unit of the Gambia police force had to be called in to prevent looting as curious onlookers stormed the scene. The mayor of Banjul, Rohim Malik Low, and KMC's Talib Ahmed Bensouda arrived at the scene to express sympathy and solidarity with the victims. Talib Bensouda described the situation as devastating.
And based on the information I received, I thought it was important that I be on the ground because I was told it was a big explosion. The fire service were finding it difficult. So I came to see what I could do. But I'm glad to say that when I came on the ground, I saw that the fire service was coordinating well, including Banjul, Kotu, and Bakau, and they had assistance from the airport as well. And even during my presence here, I saw the fires were calming a little bit. So I'm glad that they're doing a good job. I know they're under-resourced, but with the manpower and the resources they have, I think they're doing their best. Also, the Commissioner of Gambia Police Force of KM, Kalilu Njai, was on the ground, also helping to coordinate. And there was a lot of youths, I must say, youths who were risking their life and going in there to assist the fire service. So to them also, we thank them a lot.
We are back at the scenes on a Monday morning, where we have found the fire service managed to calm down the fire after more than 8 hours of fighting with it. But what we know is more than 7 warehouses within the Kanifing Industrial have been destroyed by the fire, including a car garage. We still don't know how the fire came, and the authorities are yet to report of the cause of the fire. Babukar C, QTV News.
In the aftermath of the inferno, President Adama Barrow on Monday morning paid a visit to the scene of the gas explosion to get a first-hand look at what had happened. The president promised that a commission of inquiry will be set up to investigate. Babukar C again.
President Adama Barrow arrived at the scene with state ministers and was taken around the areas affected by the fire. Fafanyang, the Minister of Energy and Petroleum, had this to say.
The executive will establish a team of investigators. I cannot tell you how long it will take because there's a lot of things to look at. We have to look at the operations to see whether there is any defect in the operations. So have to look at the damages. So that may take a bit of time, but the most important thing is that we also have to understand what is lacking, what is not lacking. Then government will look into those issues. Because we've heard, of course, the fire service president mentioned it, that there are some fire hydrants, things like that. But all these things we'll have to look into.
The president of the Gambia Chamber of Commerce and Industry, by Idimas Job, described Hadim, the owner of Hadim Gas, as a hard-working Gambian who contributes to national development. He added that precautionary measures should be taken to avoid such reoccurrence.
This incident is quite unfortunate, but it has happened. So on behalf of the entire business community, but also this is my profession. I'm also a member of the petroleum fraternity, and these things happen. So we just came to express solidarity and our sympathy with the owner. Hadim is an entrepreneur. He's a young man that has come a long way, and this was rather unfortunate. But these things happen. He will fall, but I'm certain that he will rise again, and his organization would be much bigger and better than where we are. It's rather unfortunate. It is not a blame game. The owner of this thing didn't wish this thing to happen. I'm sure he was taking all the precautions necessary, but also this is providence. Sometimes it is God that wills that these things happen, and we came purposefully for now is to sympathize and express solidarity.
President Adama Barrow said he was in constant contact with his security chiefs up to midnight during the incident and promised that a commission of inquiry will be set up to investigate the cause of the fire.
It's a very unfortunate situation. It's difficult, but we cannot thank enough the fire service team for the hard work and under very difficult circumstances. But the good thing is they are very determined to put off the fire and to contain the situation. But we are here to see and assess and know what we are going to do next. It's after the inquiries that we can assess the damage and know exactly what have happened and what can government do. But we will assure you that the government will give all the support.
According to many, this is the most devastating fire incident in the history of the country. The authorities have promised to quickly investigate the matter, but till then, all are advised to observe safety measures at business premises and places of work. Babukar C, QTV News.
2 witnesses on Monday testified at the ongoing TRRC public proceedings. An anonymous witness who served as a protocol officer for ex-President Jammeh and Mr. Alhaji Usman Sise, current chief of protocol, who also served as head of protocol on the Jammeh. The 2 were testifying in relation to allegations of sexual abuse against women by the former President Jammeh. And Sumana Esonyasi reports.
The anonymous witness who testified via telephone call told the commission that she was appointed protocol officer after she met the former president to discuss a project she was working on. She alleges that weeks after she started working as a protocol officer, ex-President Jammeh had called her into his apartment and instructed her to undress in an attempt to have sex with her. However, she added that Jammeh had told her that he was going to give her a spiritual bath. But after he started touching her, the witness said she broke down, and that angered the former president.
Can you tell us what happened when you went on this second occasion?
Yeah, we went again and he asked me to undress and I did, but this time it was something different. He even looked at me and said, "Well, you look like a primary school girl." And he started touching my body, my breast, and it was awkward for me, and I remember that I started crying and I was pushing back, going back. To an extent, it was the end, there was the wall.
The witness also told the commission that some of her colleagues had confided in her that they were sexually abused by the former president. Furthermore, she alleged that some who were allegedly impregnated by the former president were forced to have abortions. The witness also told the commission that she was sexually harassed by a senior government official who still works at the Ministry of Justice. Next to testify was Alhaji Usman Sise, current Chief of Protocol at the Office of the President. In his testimony, he told the commission that he served as Chief Protocol Officer for both the ex-president and the former First Lady. He alleged that under ex-president Jammeh, young unqualified girls were appointed protocol officers. However, he said he believes that those employments were employed to cover up Jammeh's relationship with the girls.
Were they there for the president's pleasure?
I want to believe so. If after work you stay there instead of going home.
And his sexual pleasure, I mean.
It could be.
I'm putting it to you that you know so. You're just being diplomatic, but you know that.
Well, because I cannot be that specific. Because I'm saying that based off my understanding of their being there.
And did you know the ex-president to be seeing any of these protocol girls?
Seeing?
Yes.
Meaning?
In a relationship, a romantic relationship with any of these girls?
Yes.
The witness also revealed that female soldiers were not exempted from Jammeh's sexual advances, adding that foreign nationals were also brought in through the president's niece, Jammeh, who served as what he and the day's first witness termed his chief pimp. Answana Iso Nyasi for QTV News.
A two-day forum on artificial intelligence for health is underway at the Medical Research Council in Fajara. As Alusise reports, the workshop aims to create awareness on data-driven methods applicable to health research.
The forum, the first of its kind, is convened by the IT and data management team at the MRC unit, the Gambia, at the London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine. MRC has a long track record of evidence-based research, which is data-driven with high ethical standards. Organizers say the workshop comes at a time when people have witnessed a growing need to integrate cutting-edge technologies using sophisticated and high computing capacity for simulations and testing of models.
We produce a lot of data, and there is new ways of approaching this data and understanding this data. And with the new computing facility we have, we are trying to really introduce this approach here at the MRC unit de Gambia. And we hope that we'll be able to, first of all, to apply these methods, at the same time increase the training of people able to process the data in this way. Our next 5-year program, we probably going to include artificial intelligence as an approach to research.
Today, digital transformational technologies like machine learning enable organizations to train systems to use massive amounts of data to sense, learn, reason, make predictions, and evolve. Babukar Ba, a South Africa-based researcher in the mathematics of data science, said there are plans to roll out the program to public health facilities.
Glad I got a contact in MRC. I talked to them and we had this event, but I also had a discussion when I just arrived last week actually, and they said they have their system that they have implemented, and they are trying to work with government now. Actually, government showed interest in deploying this into government hospitals, and I think then we would have a lot of data collected in also government hospitals that we can apply AI on, and I will be super happy to see that this is rolled over the government hospitals. Again, MRC, for instance, don't see it as very external. No, it's Gambians that come here to get treatment. So, and they have data, Gambians data. So this is very relevant and very helpful to Gambians, not only government hospitals, but also the MRC is a point to attract or to look at, a first step to look at data from Gambians.
Experts say a lot can be achieved from the use of technologies to address the challenges of healthcare and climate change, including speed diagnosis and predicting, preventing, and curing diseases. Reporting for QTV News, I am Alusise.
We will go with a short commercial break. When we return, we hear about an attempt by a mayor to help raise $3.5 million to support the building of a new library at the Kanifing municipality. Do stay tuned.
Why wouldn't you? When you get to enjoy a massive 50% reduction on your pay-as-you-go data tariff. You know you get to enjoy such amazing discounts with QCell's fantastic network. Enjoy our reduced pay-as-you-go data tariff every day from 1 a.m. to 9 a.m. No subscription, no validity period. Simply recharge your account and off you go. QCell, the Gambia's quality network.
With so many things to do in a single day, it's important to have a network you can trust. When there's family and friends to connect with and business calls to make, you need a network that is reliable and fast. Talk longer, browse faster, go farther, and roam wider. When your network is solid, the world is your oyster. QCell, your trusted network in the Gambia.
Welcome back. The mayor of Madison City in the United States of America has promised to help raise $3.5 million to support the building of a new library in KMC. The announcement was made during the KMC mayor's recent visit to Madison. Babukar C. reports.
The proposed new library is expected to enhance access to educational resources within the Kanifing municipality. The project, estimated to cost around $3.5 million, will include resources for technology, community events, trade and skills education, a resource center for entrepreneurs, small businesses, and preservation of local history. The Kanifing municipality is one of the fastest growing regions in the country, resulting in increased demand on basic social services and economic opportunities. At the press conference in Madison, the Lord Mayor of KMC, Talib Ahmed Bensouda, said the Gambia has only one national library, thus the need for more educational facilities, particularly in his region, will be welcomed.
Given it's a poor country, families live together, and in the home, things get a little bit too noisy, and it's very difficult to concentrate. So this library is long overdue. It's been decades. Myself, I never had access to a library, but like Samba said, I come from a middle-class background, where at least the school I went to was a private school, and there was a library within the school. But outside that, there was no access to any sort of public facility. So, in a nutshell, what we're trying to do now is to pretty much start the fundraising. The concept has been worked out, the planning is well underway, and now we just want to make sure that the funds do come through. Without the money, nothing much can be accomplished.
The land for the construction of the new library has already been purchased by the KMC, and construction will start as soon as the funds are in place. The mayor of Madison City, Rhodes Conway, says the library will provide a safe space for students to study and offer learning resources that will complement people's learning in schools. She reiterated her city's support to help KMC acquire its own library.
There is only one library in the entire Gambia. But I know that there is a young woman somewhere in Kanifing who aspires to study science. I know there is a young man who wants to be the next Lord Mayor. I know that there are young people all across your city who, if they had the opportunity, they would be staying up late in your library. They would be checking out books. They would be looking at scientific journals. They would be bringing their younger siblings to learn to read just for fun, which is one of the most beautiful things about a library. And that's why this project is so important. Kanifing needs its own library.
Kanifing is one of Madison City's 9 sister cities, and the relationship started 3 years ago. The two are engaged in cultural exchange programs, amongst other things. Jere Kujabi, chair of Madison Kanifing Sister City Committee, says the library project is just the beginning and that there are many projects in the pipeline. Babu Karsi, QTV News.
10 waste bins and 14 sets of football jerseys were on Sunday donated to communities in Esau and other localities in the North Bank region. Our reporter Momodu Gajaga attended the handing over ceremony and he now reports.
The items were donated courtesy of a partnership between the Esau Ward Councillor Keba Jallow and the Interior Minister of Senegal, Ali Ngouille Ndiaye. In order to keep the streets clean, waste has to be managed through proper collection and disposal methods. Often people litter our streets, with the most common being plastic waste. The bins, if taken care of, could help in proper and efficient waste management.
You know the Honorable Minister for Senegal, Ali Ngouille Ndiaye of Interior, he's a brother and a family. He's a brother and a family because my mom came from Linguère in Senegal. So he deemed it very fitting when I was elected in last year, 2018. He said, Keba, I will support you. And he never failed that. And he is making sure that he stick to his promises at all costs. This partnership between the people of Senegal, Mbao, started with the Council of Mbao, with the Honorable Mayor of Mbao Municipal Council, Maitre Abdoulaye Pouy, who has been newly appointed by the President of Senegal, Macky Sall, to serve him and to advise him on decentralization. So it was not a coincidence. It's something it is a very great initiative for me as a young politician to twin the two councils, to see that we partner in development. And it was not a surprise at all.
The football materials donated are to foster cohesion among youth and promote football development. 14 villages in the North Bank region benefited from the donated jerseys and footballs.
I believe that the people of Esau Ward, they really love sport. And we have a lot of sportmen within this ward. That's why I deem it very fitting to make sure I give them sporting materials to see them, they keep fit and they train to become professional tomorrow. And I will make sure that if it's going to be 1 or 2, I'll do my level best to see that particular guy to be a professional tomorrow in terms of football.
Mohamed Sonko, the chairman of the Berending Village Development Committee, received the set of football jerseys and a ball on behalf of his community. He says the donated items will help in promoting sports, football in particular. The donation of jerseys of this number is the first of its kind in the community. It will boost football development efforts. So many youth play football in this community, and this will boost their morale. Ramata Kanji, Deputy Mayor of Mbao, representing the Interior Minister of Senegal, says there is a strong bilateral ties between the Gambia and Senegal and describes the initiative as a good gesture.
The Interior Minister, Ali Ngouille Ndiaye, is a development-oriented person. His pragmatism is what brought about the bond with my Mayor Abdoulaye Pouy, who also has a big vision for development. We should all cherish this partnership between the community of Mbao and communities in the North Bank region.
The governor of the North Bank region, Ibrahim Adamfa, says area councils are facing many challenges in disposing huge volumes of waste generated daily, and the bins will help in controlling the waste.
The regeneration of waste and waste products is too much, to the level that the area councils are almost unable to cope with the situation. But it's a challenging task. The waste is a general problem in the Gambia, but then we are tackling it head on. And I want to thank the area council for the efforts that they are making, and the people and indigenes of Bara and Esau for living up to the expectations.
Mamudu Gajaga, QTV News.
Kanifing South United Football Club emerged winners of the Soweto Nawetan Tournament Trophy after beating Ruhaji FC 1-0 in the final of a tournament sponsored by QCell. Malik Nyang watched the game, and this is his report.
After an inconclusive few minutes in the earliest part of the first half of the game, Haji Jabi made the breakthrough for Kanifing South when he scored with a chip in the 8th minute of the match to give his side an early advantage. Following a determined search for a goal, Ruhaji played well but could not level the score as Kanifing South United protected the advantage of their early goal and maintained a 1-0 win to the end. Kanifing South United's head coach Abdoulaye Diouf expressed his delight at achieving victory, which he attributed to his side's confidence.
We came together, our brothers, our sisters, our mothers, they all are out for this game. So we come with confidence, we're going to win this trophy. So that confidence motivates us.
The coach of the losing side, Mohamed Mendy, said one of his main players lost concentration at a crucial point, which resulted in his team conceding an early goal. However, he accepted that football is a win or lose game.
It's football, it's win and loss, so sometimes you came and win, and this is a final. We do not lose, we just lose in the game, but we take second position. And it's normal, as a young coach, you come 3 seasons, you go 4 finals, so it's not a lose.
The president of Serekunda West Sports Organization, Sheikh Ndour, described the final as a fair play as there was no conflict.
The final was fun, and it was between Kanifing South and Ruhabi, and it was a fair play. We didn't have any incident, everything went well, and Kanifing came out victorious.
QCell head of marketing Ami Sise said her company is very happy to sponsor the tournament and assured all of the company's continued support in promoting sports. She said QCell is looking forward to partnering with other sports committees within the country and commented further.
We feel that they're just around the area. There's no one more fitting to support them than QCell.
As the dust settled at the end of the match, Kanifing South United lifted the trophy amid scenes of jubilation and triumphal celebration by their fans. Malik Nyang for QTV News.
Before we end this bulletin of the news, let's take a quick look at our main stories. A gas explosion on Sunday evening at the factory in Kanifing has left at least 6 warehouses and a car garage burnt to ashes. The President of the Republic, His Excellency Adama Barrow, visited the scene of the gas explosion to show solidarity and sympathized with the fire victims. 2 witnesses, who both served as protocol officers to ex-President Jammeh, testified at the TRRC on Monday. The 2 were testifying in relation to allegations of sexual abuse against women by the former President Jammeh. A 2-day forum on artificial intelligence for health is underway at the Medical Research Council. That's all we have for you in this edition of the news. Join us tomorrow for more news. Thank you for watching.